BeeRZerKer, salutations, and if you didn't know, that's how pigs and spiders say hello to each other. Alright, so, what do we got here? The Wild Rose Brewery, IPA, India Pale Ale. Alright, let's drink this beer. Just over the mug. In case you didn't know how to do this, I'm talking, giving vocal instructions as I pour. Okay. Oh yeah, haven't had an IPA for a little while anyway. So I'm smelling a great IPA hop here. It's not really overpowerful in the smell and the aroma. It's very mild and just perfect. It's like lemonade and planty. It's just just the perfect strength. A little mild maybe. Very sweet and floral. Very great aroma. Oh yeah. Now I remember, like, this is gonna be one of my favorite IPAs, and it's not cause it's. And I like double IPAs and stuff, but this is just a regular, and this is where does it say here? I think they'd say 6%. It's a 6% IPA, and it's not really. Like, here's the color shot here. It's exactly what I'm seeing. Just not quite as good a quality as it is in real life. It's a little bit hazy looking, but other than that, that's the right color. Oh, the smell's coming alive now. Oh, and the head's just getting, you know what I mean. You know. And if I would have dumped it in with more vigor, maybe in a bigger mug, we would have had some real crazy shit and head going on. But, I like this because the hops taste. I just like the hops in this one because they're not too off in left field or too over here. Like, they're not too grapefruity. In fact, they don't taste grapefruity at all. Really, like, it's an IPA dry hop, but it's not. I'm not getting grapefruit out of it, and that's what I like. I don't like grapefruit hops. Like, a little bit's okay in an imperial or whatever. A little bit of the grapefruit, a little bit of grapefruit hop in some of these ales. I don't mind a little bit, but when they're just all grapefruit hop, I'm kind of like, that's doesn't matter how much hops, it just matters which hops with me, right? So as you can see, it wants to lace and all that. That's gonna be beauty. That's like this. It's got that nice chill haze to it. It's got that nice bitterness to the flavor, to the mouthfeel from when you start drinking it. Rinses down clean, kind of watery, but you can tell it's a thick beer, kind of viscous. And then you just get all those bright floral hops. So that's what I'm gonna call them bright, but they're not overpowerful. But it's the perfect amount of hop bitterness and aroma, hop, a perfect amount of smell. It's all going on up in your face here. It's just very well balanced, a very good recipe. I really like these guys' beer, a lot of it. I mean, they have some stuff that I'm not really. They're just beers I don't like. Period. Like, but even when they do that, it's okay. Like, but I bought the sampler pack, and this has always been one of my favorites from them. Is their flat out, straight up IPA. Hope they never change it. It's like light. It's like light almost for an IPA from what I've been drinking lately. I mean, I've been drinking Imperial Russian Stouts and all kinds of crazy beer. And this one is just like a breath of fresh air. It's really really nice. It's like a session IPA. That's what it is. You could drink. I drink 3 or 4 of these, like if I was out on the town or at a party or something. 3 or 4 of these, it would be just right. So mouthfeel is kind of alive, and then it kind of leaves a slight hoppy residue. Um, you know, kind of crisp and tingly and foamy, and then the the hops are so fresh and nice that makes it feel alive, and then and then you just get that IPA kind of aftertaste, but it's just kind of a slight hoppiness left behind in the mouth. You can tell there's alcohol in it, but only from the feel of the alcohol. Flavor-wise, the beer, the alcohol you can get a bit of alcohol, which is nice with this. You're supposed to, I think, get a little bit of alcohol with an IPA. And yeah, I was like really impressed by the head and everything. Like I said, could have easily got a lot more out of the head. A bigger mug. Could have went ape shit on the head there. This is like one of the first IPAs I've tried other ones, but the first one I've seriously started buying and kind of studying out and stuff to because it's a local brewery and I started checking it out, but really cool. Yeah, the whole beer is just great. It's a perfect IPA for me. Just as for flat out IPAs, like not, there's some double IPAs I really like and IPA-esque beers and stuff, but this is because it is local and everything, and it's so damn good. This is my go-to IPA, I think. Yeah, and you're not really getting any like major flavor associations other for anything like to associate any fruits or anything with the hops, or you're not getting anything like that. You're just getting picture perfect sound IPA. I know it's gonna hold up. I've had this beer tons of times. It's out of the fridge. It's really good like that. As you can see, like the lacing is like balls ass lacing there. It's like almost like a sheet of foam going down, which is super cool. And been drinking it. I wouldn't want to drink it much faster than this. It's kind of like you take a drink, take a rest, freak out. Within 30, 40 seconds, you maybe take another drink because you're still tasting it. Just as like great aftertaste, just like the beer. Very clean aftertaste. It's just it's almost like a one-dimensional, but it's like everything's just packed into that, and it just cruises through like a laser beam and just stays. It's just the aftertaste isn't much different than drinking the beer. It's a real power shot. So I'm doing the sampler pack. This is one of the beers. I got some other reviews from other beers. They do an s.o.b, which is like an ESB. I'm just going to rant for a minute. Maybe I'll rate this beer, and if you want to change the channel. I'm going to give this beer a 10 out of 11. And it's really hard to rate some of the beers. Not because it's super mind-bending. It's just a really, really good. There's nothing wrong with it. There's not extreme in any way. Most of the points there are just for well-balanced, common sense quality ingredients. Great hop choice. Like the amount of hops and the hops I used were amazing. Like I would never change that. Like I would definitely brew a double IPA or different IPAs, but keep this one and leave it alone and keep this beer around, guys. This is fucking awesome. So yeah, I don't know what I said, like 10 out of 11 or something. It's really good. And their other beers are, they have the ones that I've tried. I got a review for their Kellerbach, which is kind of like some Frankenstein shit they come up with. That's just check out my review on it. It's been over about a year since I did it, so I remember it being a really odd kind of concoction they come up with, a really original kind of thing. And then they got an S.O.B, which is like an ESB. It's their special old bitter, and it is just like basically an ESB. I prefer it at different temperatures. It's a completely different beer warm than it is cold. You can totally drink it, not warm, but like off your basement floor kind of thing. Really good idea to try them both ways. But ESB, it's a citrusy, dirty tasting, nasty ass beer, kind of. It's definitely got a time and a place, but it's not a beer I want to drink every day. But they do one of those, and then their brown ale is out of this world. It's really good. And then their red wheat beer is really good too. I can hardly even tell it's a wheat beer. It's just a really smooth red ale that's just so tasty. And then Velvet Fog, that's another really good wheat beer that they do. That's just a nice summer beer, just a yellow wheat beer. Really good. It's not bottle conditioned, but it kicks ass. And then they do a raspberry beer, which I'm not into raspberry beer, but it's actually pretty good for raspberry beer, you know. And then what else do they got in there? Something else. Red wheat. Yeah, that's a sampler pack. I think that's all of them. Might be something else. Hold on a second. And that's all. And that's just this one. And I know they got more stuff, but they're all pretty good in their own way. But I definitely would totally buy their red wheat beer, their brown ale, and this one without any hesitation. And then, like, you know, pale wheat beers and raspberry beers and ESBs. I mean, if you wanna, that's up to you. You know, I mean, if you have a problem with their brown ale, you're something wrong with you. But oh, so refreshing. Really, it's just like I said, this is like sticking your face in a waterfall. It's just great. So there's a Lace and Shot. 13 minutes in, milking this review. That's pretty impressive considering I didn't get a whole lot of head off this. I know I could have got tons more head off this. This is one of those ice cream float heads. You know the IPAs. Great product. Doesn't really say much on it. And I say this every time, and it's okay, but I don't know. I think they make more sales if they had different labels. The ones on the bottles aren't as bad as the actual 12 packs, but I think if they, probably like the Masters, the artist or something, are gonna be pissed off. I don't know. I think if they, it looks like a brown paper bag, the box and shit. So like, I bet you if they switched to a to like a hot rod orange with the purple stripe on it or something box, or you know, that's or something a little more bold like a black and white or something, you know, something that, you know, like you put on a fish hook. You know, like if they had something, that's how you always red and whites, man. That's what whoa, that's what you do, man. To attract the fish. So like, you put a brown paper bag on a fish hook, you're not gonna catch fuck all. So that doesn't affect the flavor of the beer at all. I'm just saying. And I've said that a million times before. I'm like, the fucking carton looks like shit. It works good. It's not gonna fall apart or nothing. But you see from the bottle. The bottle is actually like a really nice layout. It's very visible. It's very well balanced. Like my uncle's a sign maker, so I watch him do the layouts and shit all the time. Um, and I've kept that philosophy with my business cards. The lettering is great because you can read it from far away. That's a good. That Wild Rose logo is okay. Uh, and this is okay for the bottle, but for the box, I would just vamp it up. Seriously, they should put out like a metallic, like a metal flake, like candy apple red or green, with like a purple stripe or an orange stripe or something just outrageous for a box, because that's gonna, like, when people walk by, then they're gonna try it, because I think people are just, oh, it looks like shitty craft beer, but it's not. It's not shitty craft beer at all. I mean, look, I don't think our containers are any better, but they're maybe like a little bit. They got a nice logo. This is a bit busy down here, but for the honey one, that's okay because it's a honeycomb and bees. But uh, yeah, that's it. I'm ranting on this, but like seriously, that's all I would say is wrong with this beer is if they just took their 12 packs and just like lime green with a blue stripe or something like. And bold letters so it's visible with the wild rose, just bam, and then or something a little more basic, a little more dark to light, just standing out because everything is kind of it's yellow next to brown, next to burgundy, next to light green, next to yellow, next to light red. All the shades are all it blends in. It looks like a brown paper bag that someone did arts and crafts with in the 80s and glued some different colored paper bags to it. Man, if they just metal flake, like neon with big white letters of black trim around them, just really basic and just bam. You don't have to do it. This is my suggestion. That's what I would do. I'd fucking psychedelicize your 12 pack holders and I'm out.